can also submit those pictures on the Spectrum News app. Also curious about the intensity of the rain since we've got the hail here. It's also very heavy rain falling when the rain rates here are highest. We're looking at those colors like the purple and the white. So where we're seeing the likely hail that could be an inch in diameter, that's also where we're seeing the heaviest rain here. Del Valley is stretching south and west into 35 into Onion Creek. Very intense heavy rain. This is definitely going to impact your travel. Just south of 290, not quite to Manor and Elgin. Heavy rain there into the Weberville area. Curious about how the winds have picked up. So I'm going to come to our wind current conditions. We're looking at sustained winds and we're looking at gusts. And look at the airport. Winds have picked up. Still out of the south. So again, the cold front hasn't moved in yet. We've got a wind gust here at the Austin airport at 40 miles per hour. And that's what we're seeing behind the front, but it's a different wind direction. A north wind sustained around 20 to 25 and gusts closer to 40 miles per hour. And this is the first stronger gust I'm seeing here, but confirming that we've got this intense storm that could be producing those wind gusts near maybe 60 miles per hour. We've got a gust at least here at the airport at 40 miles per hour. Current temperatures behind the front, we're in the 50s. We have cooled a couple degrees in Austin. We were in the low 70s not too long ago, I'd say in the last half hour. Now we're at 69. Taking it outside and a reset here of the radar. Again, intense heavy rain has moved east of downtown Austin. Still seeing lightning strikes. We're still seeing the lightning here with our view outside as well. And so if you're hearing thunder, you still need to stay inside. I'm meteorologist Emily Borchard. It is now 9:43. Thanks for staying with us here on Spectrum News 1. We're looking at the last 15 minutes, showing you storms east of 35, and some of them, yes, are on the severe side outside of the Austin metro. We've got our cold front that has already moved into Waco. We're still seeing a few showers there, but concerned about these storms here in and around the Austin metro that could be producing strong, damaging wind gusts. And it looks like we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning. That includes Bastrop, Caldwell, Hayes, and Travis until 10:45. The wording here from the National Weather Service office, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, and quarter-size hail is going to be the possibility with this storm. So a quick track here with this new warning. All right, we're moving southeast at 25. And there we go. It's a track for you. Here we are at 9:44. So 9:47, the next couple of minutes, the storm moving into Buda. I think the rain has already moved into the Buda area. Creedmoor, 9:52, 10 o'clock Mustang Ridge, 10:06 Niederwald, 10:13 Lytton Springs, Bateman, 10:27 Lockhart, 10:31, and close to 10:40 into the Taylorsville area. So again, if you're in the path of this storm, if I just said your area, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail possible as this storm moves southeast at 25 miles per hour. So think about what's outside. If you are saying Lockhart, Taylorsville, you've got a little more time to kind of make sure those loose outdoor items are secure. You can park your car under a covering if it's outside and it's not already under something. But again, really concerned about the winds here, the strong, damaging winds within this line, 60 mile per hour. And when we think about something that is that strong, there could be some down tree limbs, down power lines, that type of wind strength is going to cause some issues with anything outside. There could definitely be some damage. Update to our severe thunderstorm warning here for Bastrop and Travis until 10:15. Also moving southeast at about 25 miles per hour. So time now is 9:46 as we get into 9:52. Moving into the Utley area, Wildwood, closer to 10 o'clock. Just after 10, Camp Swift, closer to 10:15, Bastrop, Casey Estates, Alum Creek, 10:28, closer to 10:30, Clearview, and closer to 10:40, Northrop, and then Smithville there in parts of eastern Bastrop County as we get closer to 10:45. So if you're in the path of the storm, again, we're really concerned about the strong, damaging wind potential as the storm is getting ready to move out of Travis and into Bastrop County. Strong winds and hail. So coming in closer, it looks like that hail course likely still near the Del Valley area. So we take a look at hail tracker. Want to look at the hail right now. Weberville, maybe quarter to half an inch in diameter, but we're seeing the hail core intensify here around 183 in McKinney Falls area into the airport. So wouldn't be surprised if we get some type of ground stop or something like that around the airport. Around at the airport, impacting the airport. So that pocket of green, that's where hail could be close to an inch and a half. So larger than quarters, we think about what's an inch and a half. And anything larger than an inch and a half is about ping pong. So maybe quarter to ping pong ball size hail possible here. McKinney Falls into almost the Del Valley area, right over 183 south of 71. A new sweep here of the radar. We've got a refresh with the hail tracker as well. So we're just going to pan on in. Maybe not quite as large, but I still think that range is possible. I'd say quarter to ping pong ball, about an inch and a half, the largest. But again, we've had no reports from the National Weather Service office. No reports from them about hail. It looks like I am getting a wind gust report. It's a hail report from the Austin airport. Let's see, hail. I'm going to ask Ricky. Ricky, can you read that that latest report from the Austin airport? It's all in code. As of course, right? I was saying we have had no hail reports, no wind report, and I thought the report was going to come in from a wind gust from ABIA, but it looks like hail. I'm not sure the size. Could be close to an inch and a half. That's what I'm seeing here on hail tracker, at least. We've been seeing hail that could be that large. So that is a possibility here as this storm is going to move out of Travis and into Bastrop County. Concern about wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and also the hail. Hail may be up to or just over an inch in diameter. I'm going to keep it on hail tracker and take it to the storm farther south. Not seeing anything with that storm, that warned storm that includes Caldwell. So again, really a wind threat with that storm. This is a look at the last hour. Master Control, if you can hear me, let's go into the top of our 10 o'clock and cover that weather. So we'll go about 4 minutes at the top of the hour, and then let's go back to programming. All right, so if you're just joining us here on Spectrum News 1, almost time for your weather on the ones here at 9:51. I'm meteorologist Emily Borchard, continuing to follow this line of severe storms that is moving into Weberville, moving out of Travis and into Bastrop County, and also here impacting areas like southern Travis, parts of Hayes, and into Caldwell counties. So concerned that really these storms are going to pack a punch with winds and hail. Oh, okay. So winds and hail. Let me take a look at the query here. We'll come to, there's the details here again. Our Bastrop, Travis County severe warned storm. That's going to go until 10:15. The severe threat has ended for downtown Austin, 35 and westward. We are no longer seeing a severe threat. Winds are going to start picking up and shifting to the north once our cold front moves in. But these storms are ahead of our front. So we still have a strong gusty south wind. And within this line of storms, we're concerned about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. There's lots of lightning. So it's going to be loud. It's going to be lots of thunder. Concerned about quarter-size hail for the most part, but there could be some areas that maybe get some larger hail. We've had wind gusts. I was looking at at least our product, and it was showing wind gusts maybe up to about 40 miles per hour. There was a report of a 40-mile-per-hour wind gust out at ABIA, but we have not had any other reports of hail or wind, and this is going to be moving through pretty quickly. I think the forward momentum here is about 25 miles per hour within the entire line, and this is the most intense part. Still what we're seeing here in Travis and parts of now Bastrop County. Out at McKinney Falls, Del Valley, here on 71 Garfield, that hail core is still showing up, so it could be just over an inch in diameter, but again, we've had no reports of hail in and around this area. So it looks like that hail core is still south of 71, right between 183 and 130, and that's going to continue pushing eastward. So hail likely a little larger there, along with some heavy rain. Look at the radar estimates here. We are looking at just an estimate here. The radar is saying, giving us a guess about how much rain we've seen with these storms so far. It was a quick mover here in downtown Austin, so likely near or just under an inch, but a little more here along in 130 where we've seen this part of the severe storm intensify, so maybe closer to an inch and a half there near Weberville. And the rain rates, I'm curious about those rain rates. We've got Chief Meteorologist Ricky Cody here checking out the radar here for us. So again, the rain rates are kind of verifying right where we're seeing that 1.5 inch. We've got an intensity here that could be close to 3 inches an hour at the highest. That's what we've been seeing in the last 45 minutes or so. And it was actually looking a little weaker when the storm came in from the west into downtown Austin. Then we had a quick intensification, and here we are with this band of heavy rain and still a severe warned storm. But we're most concerned about strong, damaging winds. So you need to get inside. It's too late at this point if you're under one of these warnings to make sure those loose outdoor items are secure, because the winds are picking up. And the winds are only going to get stronger once our cold front moves in, because we've got winds sustained behind this front, behind this green line, so up into Waco. Sustained winds 20, 30 miles per hour, and gusts already up to about 40 miles per hour. So what we're seeing here into areas like Travis, Austin, that's a severe thunderstorm wind, that type of damaging thunderstorm wind gust that could exceed 60 miles per hour. And here's our cold front now. So I'm sure, Ricky, if we looked at our wind product, we'd see those shifting winds. So that green line, there's our front. So once this front comes in, that severe weather threat is going to come to an end. We're seeing, again, the severe storms ahead of the cold front. We're starting to see maybe the two come together, and that may help maybe undercut some of these storms. Am I saying that correctly? When we see the front come in, and that means we're going to lose that instability. And the temperature has dropped a couple of degrees in just the last 30 minutes. Current temperature out at Camp Mabry, 69. And it is not feeling great out there. Look at the humidity, 93%. So the dew point pretty much right near that temperature. So it is pretty much almost fully saturated out there. But once the cold front comes in, temperatures are going to drop. The dew points are going to fall too. And it's going to feel so much better out there. But if you're out right now, when I was coming into work, it just felt steamy. Everything outside, it wasn't raining. Everything was wet because of the amount of moisture in the atmosphere we've had ahead of this cold front. It just was uncomfortable. It felt like spring. It looks like spring outside right now with these storms rolling through. And behind the cold front, look at these winds. We're looking at wind gusts, and the color kind of says it all. So look at those colors, and that's where you're going to see that larger number, the highest wind gust. So 41 mile per hour wind gusts being reported right now in Abilene, 34 San Angelo, just over 30 in Midland, 40 in Lubbock, 34 DFW, almost 40 in Waco. So we're starting to see that wind shift approach Austin here. I'm sure in the next 15 minutes we will get that refresh, that new information with that wind shift as the cold front is moving on in, but we still have those strong severe thunderstorms just ahead of it. And look at the temperature change here. Last 24 hours, over 30 degrees colder compared to this time yesterday in Amarillo. But we still have that warmth through South Texas where it's actually warmer by 10 to almost 15 degrees at the most. So an extreme clash here of that cold and warm air, and that line that we can see Ricky's drawing it with that arrow, that's the cold front. You can see that change. And we've got some chill in place for tomorrow, something to be planning for. It is the last weekend of winter. I know tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day as well, so wear something warm that's green, your favorite green sweater, your favorite green scarf, maybe a hat. I've got a beanie that I bought for winter that I still haven't worn yet. Maybe it's my weekend to wear it, kind of like the last breath here of winter, because the chill sticks around into the weekend. Even into Monday is trending colder than what we'll experience into the weekend. So this is the last of the warmth. I hope you've enjoyed it, because here's our cold front. There's that green line. There's that push of colder air, that outflow boundary that we're seeing. And ahead of it, just ahead of it, really, really close to it, actually, we've got these severe storms that are going to continue. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning here for Bastrop and Travis until 10:15, and it looks like these storms not quite as intense as what we're seeing east of the Austin metro. We did change our panels. So again, first day of spring, it's actually Monday. We've done some prepping here. So again, just know, we all know first day of spring is on Monday. Give us some grace here. Focus on the temperatures as we look at the 7-day forecast. It's going to be chilly. Tomorrow, we'll start with feel like temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s. And we aren't going to warm up much. So again, today was the warmth. Tomorrow is the chill. You want to get ready for feel-like temperatures in the morning with a strong north wind. We're talking sustained 20, 30, gusts up to about 40. So it's going to feel more like upper 20s to low 30s. We only warm into the upper 40s to low 50s, but winds are still going to be moving around, so it's going to feel colder than that. We stay cold into the weekend, but we will warm back into that spring-like feel, and it is spring as we get into the middle to end of next week, and it looks like another round of storms this time next week will be possible. So we're in it. We're in this spring season, and it's been active, and you can always be with us for the latest. And so as we're talking about the latest, let's look at the high resolution computer model here. It's almost 10. So here we are, 11. This model wants to bring more storms with our cold front, and we're just not seeing that. Right, Ricky? We look at what's actually happening on the radar when we look at a product like this to see if it's materializing. And it's really not doing that. We're seeing a few storms east of 35 now, but where the front is, there hasn't been much activity. So I think a lot of the severe storms are going to continue pushing east and southeast of 35. So I'll go with that. There could be a few showers here developing behind the front, but we're just not seeing that materialize right now. I'm not seeing new storms develop in Waco. So as we get past 2-3 a.m., these storms may move into, say, San Antonio if they hold together. But we've got the cold front already meeting up with this line of storms, so that could be another factor here and what we'll see. And this model wants to bring more storms as we get into tomorrow morning. So we may still find some showers into the morning. I do think we'll find some dry time tomorrow afternoon as we get past sunrise. I don't think we're going to see clearing though, right, Ricky? No sunshine in our forecast tomorrow. No clearing, so that's going to impact temperatures. That's why we stay cold. And again, the other factor is what it feels like outside because of the strong winds. And then we are focusing on the potential for some wintry weather. Believe it or not, into the weekend, it looks like moisture overrides this colder air. And we may be seeing some snow as early as Saturday here west of 35, maybe a wintry mix here into the hill country and especially into West Texas. The models continue to show that. So here we are at the top of the hour. Ricky, if we could just reset, regroup, we're going to do one last hit here and give you an update. One last update on the severe warned storms in place for areas east and southeast of the Austin metro. So here we are again, top of the hour. If you're just joining us, thanks for staying with us here on Spectrum News 1. I'm meteorologist Emily Borchard. We still have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in place. This one until 10:15 for Travis and Bastrop. It looks like this is right over Bastrop County. This has pretty much moved out most of Travis County, and the severe threat is over for the Austin metro. So now near the airport into areas like Weberville, Camp Swift, and the tail end of that storm here into 183 in Mustang Ridge. This severe thunderstorm warning is going to go until 10:45, so a little longer here in duration. Bastrop, Caldwell, Hayes, and Travis. This line of storms moving east at about 25 miles per hour, so not as fast as we've been seeing other storms like in North Texas earlier today. But the concern with these storms is that there could be, say, nickel-size hail, at the largest maybe an inch, and a big concern for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So winds will pick up as that line of storms moves on in. Seeing a little more lightning here with this part of the storm near 183. That's east of Buda, between Buda and Cedar Creek, I believe. And so, again, if you are under a warning, stay in your safe place, stay inside, away from windows and interior room. But these storms are going to continue pushing east and southeast at about 25, say 30 miles per hour. So we're going to continue to see these storms move east and away from the 35 corridor. Tracking things out here, again, we are now at 10:03, 10:09 into Bastrop, Hearn, almost 10:20 as we get into about 10:40 Giddings, Smithville, almost 11 o'clock. Bryan College Station between about 11 and 11:15 as we get into, say, midnight, closer to Navasota, and then Anderson, 12:13. So those storms closer to 45 as we make our way into, say, almost 1 a.m. I'd say 1 to 2 a.m. And then those storms likely hitting the southeast Texas into the morning, and even parts of South Texas might get the tail end of this. So this is the severe storms that we expected ahead of our cold front. That green line, that's our cold front. And what we're seeing here in downtown Austin, still some flashes of lightning. Remember, if you're hearing thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. So you need to get in, stay inside, just snuggle up for the night because it's about to get cold. Also something we want you to be prepared for as you get out in the morning. Cold front comes in, temperatures are dropping. Ricky, we could take a look at winds now here with the top of the hour. I've got to look at those current winds and the wind gust because we've got wind shifting from the south to the north with our cold fronts. And behind the front, we've got a north wind sustain about 20-30 miles per hour. And we've got gusts up to about 40 miles per hour. So this is going to be the next impact behind our line of severe storms that is pushing to the east and to the southeast. We've got temperatures that are falling into the 50s behind the front. Ahead of the front, we're in the 60s and 70s. So it's about a quick 15-degree drop in temperature. So there we are, 54 Waco. Winds there are gusty and out of the north. We've got gusts close to 40 miles per hour. And then here in Austin, a degree or two cooler compared to the last 15-20 minutes or so. We were at 69, so we're at 67. But look, 70s in Giddings, LaGrange, and into San Marcos. So again, colder air is going to be moving in. Where are we headed in the morning? Upper 30s to low 40s. But when you factor in a gusty north wind, it will feel more like upper 20s to low 30s. So get ready for the winter chill. That's what you need to be planning for into the morning. We're wrapping up our severe weather coverage here on Spectrum News 1. We really appreciate you watching us and staying with us. Get ready for the cold. I hope you're ready. You've got your favorite jacket ready to go into tomorrow morning because those warm layers will be needed.